Hello and welcome to this course, Embodied Resilience Physical Wellbeing. My name is Lynn Henderson and I am the creator and the facilitator for this course. So the creation side of it was that I chose the guest experts that I wanted to work with. I chose my topics and I have shaped the general structure of the course, but I have relied very heavily on my guest experts in terms of the content that is provided in these courses. So in terms of the expertise and the knowledge that has come from my guest experts, all who are fully qualified and experienced in their fields of endeavour. So my qualifications to create this course are that I am an online entrepreneur. I run Inside Knowledge, which is a company that produces the Inside Knowledge podcast. Season 1 has now been completed. That involved interviewing 48 different people about resilience, including myself. And they talked about the different tools that have been useful for them, the different areas of their lives in which they work and use resilience. So we talked to business coaches, therapists, just all sorts of different people. And it was a wide-ranging conversation. And I loved the podcast. But what was missing a little bit, that even though people were enjoying the podcast, they were feeling uplifted by the subject matter, they still weren't really sure about how to go about building their own resilience. And so I came up with the idea of diving a little bit deeper into some of the topics that were covered, working with some of the people that I interviewed on the podcast and some other people that I've known in other areas of my life, and developing a series of online courses on my idea of how to build resilience. And it is my idea. So there are other ways of developing resilience that may resonate better with other people. There's certainly a very stoic, determined mindset kind of resilience out there. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, except it doesn't really work for me. I have found the most effective way for me to build resilience is to use the wisdom contained within my body, to get connected with my body and learn to sense my different states that I'm in. And then I use a series of different tools that work in different ways, just to reset myself, to return to a state of balance so that I can operate from a calm state rather than a worked up state. So the idea of all these courses is to bring you to a state of well-being. And we do that by just calming the system, giving us regular rest and relaxation, and tuning in intuition, mindfulness, all these wonderful things. But specifically this course, Physical Wellbeing, is about using nutrition, exercise and sleep to make sure you're as physically well as you possibly can be. I think we all know that when we're sick or we're tired or our hormones are out of whack, then it can be very, very hard to be resilient, and we certainly can't do it simply by mindset alone. So I think it's really important to look after your physical health. And I also think it's an area where we're bombarded with information. You probably know more than you need to know about physical well-being. And in fact, by the end of this course, what I hope has happened is we've actually removed some of the ideas that you've had floating around in your head, especially the conflicting ideas of what constitutes a healthy diet and what doesn't. And we're not so much focused on really rigid diets or strict rules and regulations and treating food, some food is good and some food is bad. We're talking about how to go about eating mindfully, eating intuitively, listening to the signals from your body. And Yanina Purcell, who you will meet in the next introduction, is the guest expert for this course. I've known her for a long time. I've known her personally and professionally, and I've always been really impressed with her straightforward, no-nonsense attitude. But at the same time, she's very well educated in her field. She keeps herself up to date on the latest science behind physical well-being. And she's also very much into intuitive eating, finding a form of exercise that you enjoy. And I think you're going to love her approach to physical well-being. There's also an introduction to stress hormones with Steph McKee, because when our hormones are out of balance, sometimes even though we're following a good guideline in terms of healthy eating and exercise and trying to get sleep, sometimes when our hormones are out, then things don't work the way they're supposed to work. And so it's really important to get those into balance. And though the two main stress hormones have a huge impact on the other hormones in our system, so targeting them is a really good idea. And finally, there is a guided meditation from Joe Casey. And that's because I really want you to work on rest and relaxation. I don't want you to get all stressed out with the learning. I want you to take time to reset and recharge. And those of you who've taken the first course will have a pretty good toolkit already for doing that. But those that don't, I didn't want to leave you without something to help you to relax and reset. So I hope you use that on a regular basis. Thank you so much for joining the course. I hope you will think about joining the Facebook group so that we can connect, or you can email me direct if you have any questions. I look forward to getting to know you, and I hope you get a lot from this course. Thanks again.